about the Michigan teen who got so fed up with her drunken father that she ended up facing life in prison? This is Megan Joyce. At 17 years old, she was the last child living at home with her father, Conrad. Her father was known to be addicted to the bottle. Frustrated with their filthy home and all of her father's broken promises, Megan looked forward to graduating and getting out of there. Just as she was turning 18, Megan asked her father if he would take her to get her hair done for her birthday, and he said yes. But when the day came, she saw her father laying on the couch, drunk and passed out. He wouldn't move. He wouldn't even respond. And Megan became so angry. She was so tired of having to be the adult in the household. Megan found another ride to her hair appointment. And after she was all dolled up, she tried to pay for the hairstyle, but the card wouldn't go through. She figured that she must have forgotten the PIN number, so she called her dad's phone repeatedly, but he didn't pick up. So she called up her friend Kayla so she could stop by the house and get the PIN number from her father. But when Kayla arrived at Megan's house, Kayla said Megan's father was sitting on the couch, seemingly in a stupor. He was in and out of consciousness, and he had burn marks and bruises all over his body from his head to his legs. She asked him what happened, and he said he didn't remember. So Kayla called Megan and told her, your father, something's wrong. And she said, get the PIN number. Kayla gave the PIN number to Megan, and Megan just hung up. But Kayla was still worried. So she called her mother, and then she called Megan's brother, Austin, and Megan's brother told him to call 911. When police arrived, they took Conrad to the hospital, where they noticed that he had chemical burns all over his body. While at the hospital, Megan called Kayla, and Kayla said, hey, I'm at the hospital with your dad. And she said, Megan said so, and hung up the phone. Police asked Conrad if they could investigate his home, and he said that's fine. And when they went there, they found the powder version of lye, which is usually used to unclog toilets. When police asked Megan if she and her father had gotten into some kind of argument, she said yes. And then she admitted to throwing random items at him as he slept passed out on the couch. Police arrested Megan. They quickly released her as her father recovered. His recovery was horrific. Those wounds that he had from having all of those chemical burns on his body caused infections, which led to one leg being amputated and then the next leg having to be amputated as well. By this point, Conrad was only alive because he was on life support. So he told the hospital officials that he didn't want to live anymore, and he'd rather go home and live out the rest of his days in peace. They honored his wish by allowing him to go home. But sadly, 3 days after he was taken off life support and released, Conrad passed away. When the results of the autopsy were completed, the coroner ruled that his death was a homicide. So police arrested Megan again, and her trial began. As the details of the crime unfolded, prosecutors began to try to prove that Megan had malicious intent. Prosecutors argued that if she had not added water to the powder mixture of lye, then her father would have never suffered the chemical burns that led to his death. After the judge on the case, Victoria Valentine, listened to the details, she offered a ruling that stunned everyone.
You did not have the luxury of being a child, as you indicated that you had to be an adult in the house. This is a serious crime that you have been found guilty of. The court does not believe that a child your age knew or understood the consequences of throwing the items at your father or the damage that it would cause him. This court is satisfied that you are unlikely to engage in offense or criminal course of conduct again, and that the public good does not require that the defendant suffer the penalty imposed by law.
The judge took pity on Megan, offering her a second chance, saying that she didn't think that Megan was a danger to the public. Megan was able to walk away that day a free woman. But many believe that Megan got away with murder. Do you think Megan got away with murder, or was she just a confused little girl in a bad situation? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Te-Erika with the T. Follow for more.